Hi again, welcome back to the channel, back out in the Shire, and today we're heading down through Lough Ness. This is Lough Ness Mains Farm, famous for some of the best potatoes in East Lothian. You might have heard of the Dunbar potatoes, but also here, some of the potatoes here are award winning, and all the fields around here are all tatties, spuds, call them what you want. On the right hand side here, massive fields. You will see we have a tower all up here in the field amongst all these roundels of trees, and we're just passing a pathway there. It leads down to where we're going. I'm going to park in the village though, so I can park my bike safely, and I'll get back to you there and tell you a bit more local history on Aberlady and Lough Ness Estate. So it is Easter Sunday, apparently a very religious day. I'm not actually really religious, but why not go somewhere that is quite religious, that not many folk know about and probably no one will be at. It's all about getting away from folk on public holidays, isn't it? So this is Aberlady. This is my home village where I grew up. I was born here, and either side of this village is two estates: Lough Ness Estate and Gosford Estate. I grew up on Gosford Estate on the west side of the estate. Here on the east side is Lough Ness, which goes across into the nature reserve. And I'm just going to park up, get my bike gear off, my helmet and that, and take you for a wee walk, and let you see something really cool. So I'll just get off the bike here. Now interestingly, there's a bit of a time travel, but loads of these old black and white photos of Aberlady. I should really just do a whole film on them while riding through. So I'm going to park here, and I'm actually opposite the old police station. You'll see that on the blue door there. There's a wee sort of sign saying so. The last policeman in Aberlady that I know of was Bob White. He used to drink in the pub. He was well retired and enjoying his pension down the pub most nights. So anyway, let's get down and I'll show you another time travel picture at the old smithy here. So this picture is of two horses getting led up by a ploughman, and they've obviously been reshoed at the smithy, and they're actually from Craigalaw, which is where I grew up. So down here we have the Postman's Walk, and it leads onto this narrow path that leads east out of the village to where we're heading into Lough Ness Estate. So the ground here over the wall we refer to as Coo Park. We actually had a BMX track built in there, and we used to ride motorbikes around there, much to the annoyance of the newcomers to Our Lady who was into the gardens. A couple of them are actually friends now. You'll have a giggle at that, won't you? So anyway, I'll get back to you at the end of this long path here. So in the wall there you'll see a stile, that would have been the postman's route across to the cottage there. Now in here in the wood is fish ponds as they're marked on the maps, and they were indeed ponds for fish, for food for the friars of the local fire here. So this site has been dated to 1293 when Aberlady was first mentioned written in writing. Everything that was written was done by friars or monks, And this ruin was once the house of Carmelite Friary. Now friars are different to monks. Monks would pray, but friars would teach and preach and travel. And I'm just looking through the side here. You can actually see through the nature reserve. You can park across there and walk through that set aside field that I'm pointing at to get to this. It's about the same distance as walking from the village. But wait to see what's up here. It's pretty amazing. So you've walked into the foundations of what was a friary, and just put my helmet down. So you can see this, the outskirts of it here. Obviously the stone's all been poppled for other buildings as time went on and things changed in history. However, we always remember the dead and buried, and while the friary's gone, two graves remain here with Latin writing. Underneath is a grave of one of the friars. Quite amazing, eh? It's been there since the 13th century. And here, underneath the carving of a knight with his shield and sword, is the tomb of David Lindsay, it is believed. According to local historian Nigel Tranter, it is believed that he was mortally wounded while on the Crusades in the 12th, 13th century, and he requested his body was embalmed and returned to Scotland. Got back and buried in his homeland. And yeah, so this is the real deal. Crusader Knight, buried here in East Lothian. It was also believed it was John Bickerton who is entombed here. But whoever you want to believe, I would go with Nigel Tranter rather as university folk, because Nigel Tranter seems to be very, very knowledgeable if you read his books. So, quite an amazing place this, isn't it? Out here in the woods, no fences, walls, visitor centre, £5 to get in, etc. Just left to nature. And just over from the tomb out in the field here is this tower. It can't help but notice if you look down here when you're driving past the Loch Ness farm. And it is a 200-year-old water tower. So water was pumped from here for Loch Ness House. I don't know how it was pumped. Imagine it was it's not a windmill, so it must have been like oxen walked on a pump system to bring up the water. It's the sort of typical estate flamboyant showing off money from the rents they take from the peasants. But it's quite a cool little tower to have a look at. But don't go walking at these buildings and stick your head in to look up straight away without making some noise, or you'll end up probably getting crapped on by pigeons as they fly out.
Hey, pigeons! Don't want food on. Yeah, there you go. See? Very cool.
So out here in the fields you'll see roundels with trees in them. And these were planted when there was taxation on arable cropland, and areas over a certain acreage got taxed. So estates put these in to cut down their taxes. Always a way to dodge things, eh? So there you go, 13th Crusader Knight's grave, or tomb, should I say. Left alone to nature now. Pretty amazing though, eh? What's on your doorstep? So let's get back to the bike and get out and get some tarmac under the wheels. So it's quite a historic old village, Aberlady, full of history, all these old buildings. Anyway, back on the bike, and sadly I had my chin helmet mount pointing too low while I rode out of the village, so you'll have to excuse for the low profile footage here. You just have to look at my clocks instead of along the road once we go out of Aberlady. Sorry about that. So anyway, there you go, bit of local history, quite cool stuff I thought. Let me know if you want to see more of this stuff. There's loads of this around here. You can't live in East Lothian, which was a sort of through route from England to Scotland by armies going both ways over the centuries without walking onto stuff like this. There's loads of it. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment and like as usual. It helps the channel grow. Might be adverts in this because quite, the films are getting longer as there's more information, and I can't help but put adverts in. But it's all about monetization, so either less films or adverts, I guess, to be able to do this. Thanks so for watching. See you again soon. Bye for now.